Hey guys, welcome to Bastion Time. I am your host Sebastian. This is Nintendo News. Let's get to that news. First of all, if you've been wondering who the voice actress is for Princess Zelda and haven't made it to the end credits yet and you're just curious, now we know. It is somebody named Patricia Somerset or something like that. I don't know of anything else that she's been in personally, but she does an alright job. I will say, as fine of a voice actor is the fellow who voices Old Man, his voice doesn't really match his design, in my opinion. He sounds like he might be like my age or something like that, and he's supposed to look, I assume, like he's in his like 60s or something like that, so I felt like they should have maybe cast somebody with a little more old sounding of a voice or a gravelly voice or something, but instead he sounds like he's in his 30s, which is very confusing. But yes, I have been playing Breath of the Wild pretty much, well, I wouldn't say incessantly, actually kind of the reverse. I've been purposefully only allowing myself to play it in short bursts. Basically, I really just want to take my time and enjoy exploring, enjoying every moment, basically. I really don't want to feel like I have to rush right through the game in order to be one of the first people to complete it. That's not something I'm interested in. I just want to enjoy the game. I want to explore every nook and cranny. So, you know, there's a certain point in the game, I'm not going to get into spoilers, but there's a certain point where you have like these 4 objectives, and then you're able to explore a whole lot more of the game. Well, after I reached that 4th objective, I was like, well, wait a minute, I don't know that I've explored everywhere here yet. I'm sure I can come back to here, but I want to take my time, and so I spent like a whole nother day just roaming around, checking out every teeny tiny nook and cranny. Found lots of interesting secrets, a couple Karoks and whatnot, but anyways, that's been my Breath of the Wild playthrough experience. I'm just taking my time. Speaking of the Zelda series, Mr. AONUMA was asked recently, there's no HD Rumble in Breath of the Wild. Is that something you're not interested in or are interested in? And he says, actually, yeah, I am very interested in it. It's just that we didn't know at the time that it was going to be a feature of the Switch. The game was, of course, originally being developed not for the Switch, but for Wii U, and they didn't want to have any feature that was in the Switch version that could not be available in the Wii U version and vice versa, which is why they took out tons of Sheikah Slate stuff that was originally meant to be in the Wii U version, but they were like, well, the Switch is going to work differently, so we can't have any of this. So anyways, no HD Rumble in Breath of the Wild, but I wouldn't count them out. I wouldn't be surprised if the expansion pack thing that has the whole new story has the HD Rumble feature. We'll see. So there are some Switch protection screens that seem like they're a great idea, however, and they're made by the company called HORI. However, there have been reports of those not only bubbling up and just not sticking to the Switch surface whatsoever, but of them possibly damaging the Switch screens. So I would not recommend getting one of these screen protectors. I certainly haven't purchased any of those kinds of things, and so far, you know, less than a week later, of course, not a whole lot of time, but my Switch screen is still looking pristine, so I don't know. And speaking of the Switch, the Pro Controller has a secret message hidden around on it somewhere. You're gonna have to look very carefully if you want to find out, or if you don't care and you want to be spoiled, there's a link down there for you that tells you what it says and where it's located, but it's like a fun game. If you got the Pro Controller and you want to try to find that secret hidden message and don't want to know exactly where it is or what it says, then don't look at that link down below, just take a look for yourself. And this was bound to happen, and it has. Somebody has decided to completely destroy a Switch and then carve the Triforce into it, which is nice, but they completely ruined it in the process. It's non-functional now, and they're selling it on eBay for, I think, $11,000. Nobody's going to be buying that for $11,000. What are they even thinking? Nobody's going to be buying that for $1,000. They might buy it for less than the cost of the Switch, but why would you do that? Anyways, if you want to check out that eBay listing, there is a link down there for you. And an unfortunate set of events is that yes, there are some defects of the Switch, but they're only affecting a handful of people. In fact, less than a handful of people. So far, we only know of 2 incidents of this happening, but basically the equivalent of a blue screen of death, literally, because it's blue. Apparently the screen turned blue, and suddenly the Switch was completely non-functional, and the user doesn't know why it happened. They insist they didn't do anything. They didn't purposely try to brick it or anything. And then similarly, in another instance, it turned orange and then was non-functional. So hopefully this hasn't happened to any of you, but the thankful thing, of course, is as soon as this happened, they contacted Nintendo. Nintendo said, no worries, we will send you a brand new one. So... And again, so far it's only happened to a total of 2 people. Maybe by the time this video comes out, it will have happened to more than 2, but certainly not hundreds or anything. So, phew, that's for the best. That could be some bad publicity for Nintendo. Anyways, that's it for this episode of Nintendo News. See you guys in a couple days for more, well, not a couple days, probably tomorrow, for more news. See you then. Bye, guys.